in the February of 2002. I bought myself a one-way ticket, and with $1 and a dream, I came to Miami Beach. There was a little apartment building that yeshiva owned at that time, and Rabbi Korf gave me a little apartment there. He told me I can eat in the yeshiva's dining room, and I said I need to move around the city. And Rabbi Korf says, okay, go, let's see what you can do. And Rabbi Korf demanded from me, he said, you have to give me a duch. You have to give me a duch every single week. I want to know what are you up to, who have you met, what have you done. 2 months later, he told me that I need you to make me a plan, an estimate, that if there was to be ever a Chabad house for the Russian-speaking Jews, where do you see that being located? Rabbi Korf demanded from me that besides giving him a weekly duch, he was going to learn with me every single day. Every morning started with Shachris in yeshiva, and then for an hour we learned Likutei Sichos. And that was a tremendous gift. This was one of the best experiences of my life, because every single morning basically started with the Farbrengen. Yes, we did learn, but also stories and all kinds of vertlach and all kinds of memories from Farbrengens, from Shlichus. All that really was a tremendous inspiration.
We are very thankful to Rabbi Korf for his guidance and for his encouragement and for the Farbrengens that I had with Rabbi Korf over the years. The tremendous living example of Rabbi Avraham Korf of what it means to be a shliach. You could see that he lived it and he did it, and that was everything about him. This was a walking Baal Mesiras Nefesh. And the same for Rabbi Benji, Yafakeh Haben Mekeh Av.
The first year after we got married, we lived in South Beach, and almost every Shabbos we farbreng together. And of course, Rebbetzin Korf's kugel, those things, those tastes, that warmth and love, I'm truly grateful for it.
Many times when I had questions of different things that come up on shlichus, different problems, I always call Rabbi Korf, and I found him to be a very practical person. He understood what communities go for, especially small communities, the different problems that could happen, and always gave me the right advice. I always listened to what he said, and everything worked out, Baruch Hashem, very well. We saw also Rabbi Avraham Korf as a dugma chaya of what a shliach should be. He was not indulging in any big gashmias. You know, if he had to eat sardines and matzah, if that's what he had, that's what he ate. And he definitely was a very important dugma chaya for us to just do our shlichus and do what we have to do. And Hashem and the Rebbe will take care of the rest. Whenever I called him, he always asked me, so do you have a gan yet? Did you expand your shiurim? And I always tried to say, yes, of course. We expanded this, we added a shiur.
Interestingly, that the first year, even though my community and all the Russian-speaking Jews, the majority were here in Sunny Isles, in North Dade. And I remember the first year I was worried that, the community is there and I'm living in South Beach, and every day I have to commute and every day I have to go, but I'm not really living where the community is. Today, in hindsight, I realized that year spent in Miami Beach and South Beach with Rabbi Korf and learning with him every single day and bringing with him every single Shabbos, this was one of the greatest gifts of my life.
Regardless how weak he was in his older age, he never lost that chayas of shlichus and encouraging us to go further and expanding our shlichus, and he was a true inspiration for us. I always looked up to him and took a lot of strength and chayas and encouragement from Rabbi Avraham Korf.
The last few years that Rabbi Korf was already sick, on and off, in a hospital back home, it was really my dream to bring him here, to bring him into these walls, to show him this shul, this center. It's one of my probably greater pains in my life that I never got to see him here, and I never got to see him seeing this. But not for 1 second do I not remember and recognize that everything that my wife and I were able to achieve here in this community was, of course, due to the Rebbe's brachos. But the channel for those Rebbe's brachos for me, shliach or shliach, was my head shliach, Rabbi Avraham Korf, who gave us the chance, who believed in me. I have no idea why. I walked in from the street, figuratively speaking, and he owed me nothing. He knew nothing about me. And somehow He believed in my idea, in my enthusiasm, and gambled on me and on us and gave us this chance and opportunity. And this community, not just my wife and I, but this community, we are forever indebted to Rabbi Korf. I remember in my childhood, my parents more than once took me to the Moscow Conservatory, which was this temple of classical music. I was always wondering, why is it so important that one guy is standing there, the conductor with that little stick? Everybody knows how to play the instrument, everybody can do it on their own. Yet, later in life, when you realize how an orchestra is one organism, and you realize just as the brain that controls the entire body, every single cell in the body, so too the conductor, his slight movement creates and feels and directs every single instrument. Rabbi Korf was that conductor. He was a soldier, he was a leader, he was a living example who, in a very gentle way, not overbearing yet present, was able to direct all his shluchim, inspire all his shluchim, and all the mikorovim, and all the thousands and thousands of people that, due to his and Rebbetzin Korf's leadership, came close to Torah, came close to the Rebbe, and continue to carry the memory and the legacy of Rabbi Avraham Korf. I miss him greatly, and until we see each other again,